Good morning, good morning. Welcome, Anna. You have joined just in time. We are about to start our morning session. So we are into Monday now, a new start of the week. I am totally back in work mode now. And again, super excited on the run up to Saturday to release our one sourcing finance model. Good morning, darling. Okay, so this week we are talking about virtual assistant finance. We're talking about the stats that are conveyed inside the Level Up free training, which you can get at virtualmissfriday.com/level up. And today we are specifically looking at pricing, which really is one of the biggest problems I think that virtual assistants face is like, how much do I charge? Like, if I charge too little, am I actually going to make any money or end up resenting the client? If I charge too much, am I going to alienate the client and they're not going to come and want to work with me because they feel the price is too high? There's so many of these thoughts and things going around. Like, any pricing thoughts that you've ever had, like if you're somebody who has difficulty with these pricing thoughts, then obviously you can leave a comment because you're not the only one. So for me, it was really about stopping at looking at other VAs and comparing prices to them, and stopping and looking at clients and seeing what clients are willing to pay or can afford, because everyone is different. And the most important thing is that you have to focus inward on what you actually need to survive and have a profitable VA business, and nothing else really matters. And there are so many clients out there willing to pay so many different price points that you will likely find that if you have confidence in your pricing, regardless of what it is, you will find clients to fill your slots. So one thing that we do need to consider, obviously, once we've got our financial targets and our financial goals, which we talked about yesterday, we then need to think about how we're going to package our concept and package these things into what we call packages, pricing models, retainers, anything like that. So I try not to restrict people too much on how they can set up and construct their packages, but there are certain things that need to be included, and if you don't include these things, then you may experience some issues later down the line with just making a lot of money but not really achieving a lot of profit, which can be super disheartening, because even though you're doing a lot of work and making a lot of money, you feel like it's for nothing. And then there is also the spectrum where you are living in fear, like I say, about not being able to get clients because of your pricing. So all of these things are not confident pricing displays, I guess. So what you need to do, first of all, is you need to come up with a baseline. So a baseline is what you would use for, I guess, an hourly rate, but you don't publish the hourly rate. And again, this is something I'm going to go through inside one sourcing, and we go through this inside the finance model. But the basic premise is you come up with your baseline. Now, most people make the mistake of coming up with their baseline and not doing anything else, and then that's their hourly rate, and then they put that on their website, and then they do maybe some packages which have, you know, different pricing sets depending on if you buy a bit more and things like that. You will come to discover eventually that that probably will not work very well in terms of retaining the profitability of the business, just having an hourly rate. There's two other things that you have to factor in order to make sure that your pricing is going to be on point every time with every client. So the other thing that you have to factor in is what I call a one sourcing fee, which is factoring in all of the management required to take care of that client. And there are various things that you need to really consider beyond the time on task hourly rate. So when we talk about the one sourcing fee, I talk about all those things that are going to eat into your profit, that are going to make you basically be doing a lot of work for nothing if you don't consider these things. So that's in the one sourcing fee area. And then there is also the limitations area, which is another thing that could literally leave you even sometimes out of pocket if you don't factor in certain limitations with the clients. So inside the second part of this level 4 finance of one sourcing, we go through all of these things that you need to consider in your pricing in order to remain profitable and not experience a lot of the things that VAs tend to experience, which actually ends up shutting them down if they're not careful. So you need to learn how to construct packages, and you can use this formula in this baseline with any package, with any service, with anything that you want to offer, whether it's a fixed price project, whether it's an ongoing retainer, and even whether it's you wanting to charge hourly and take retainers for hourly. There is a way in there to do that. I know a lot of people, and sometimes you can't get away from, needing to kind of quote for an hour, but there is a way that you do that, especially that factors in these limitations and this one sourcing fee. So even if you are charging hourly, you are not going to lose money no matter who the client is. So this is what you'll learn in the pricing section of level 4 one sourcing finance. It's coming out Saturday. I hope you found that helpful. Pricing is a huge topic. Everyone struggles with it, but you don't have to. If you just keep this simple formula in mind, you just keep these steps in mind and you stick to them and you factor everything in, you should have a continuously increasingly profitable business. So that's today's little tidbit of information. We are now going to go into our daily accountability. So get your journals at the ready and make sure, again, we're focusing on finance, so make sure you get your financial goals ready, because we are now going to go through all of this. And I shall see you back here tomorrow for another morning mindset, where we'll be continuing the topic and sharing some tips on how you can manage your finance inside your VA business. So thank you so much, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.